This video contains spoilers for season 1 through 6 of The Walking Dead. You've been warned. Alright, so that was a pretty shitty impression of a walker. I gotta work on it, I know. But, exciting news. This week is Comic-Con, and they're gonna be premiering the Season 7 trailer of AMC's The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead. It's one of my favorite shows on TV. It's probably my favorite show on cable TV after Game of Thrones. I know, I'm a traitor. Well, anyways, I'm gonna be counting down the top 10 moments, the most shocking moments of AMC's The Walking Dead so far. Hope you enjoy the list. Coming in at number 10 is Amy. I selected Amy because she was the first unexpected death in the Walking Dead TV show. She seemed sweet, she seemed innocent, but when we see Andrea over her body after the night of the walker attack, we just realize how real and how violent this world is, and how it can take anybody at any moment. The last moments between Amy and Andrea is just heartbreaking, and it set the tone for the show. Coming in at number 9 is T-Dog. While he was quiet for most of Season 1 and Season 2, it was the third episode of Season 3 where he really stood out as a character. His heroic sacrifice when the prison was overrun by walkers to save Carol has made his sacrifice perhaps one of the most heroic in the history of the television series and the most honorable to date. Number 8 is Dale. His death in Season 2 of The Walking Dead was just horrific to watch. It sticks with me until this very day. He was the moral compass of the group. The world we know is gone, but keeping our humanity, that's a choice. He was known for his speeches, his quotes, his just insight into the world. In this one scene in Vatos in Season 1, he said, "I like what the father said to the son when he gave him a watch that had been handed down through generations. He said, 'I give you a mausoleum of all hope and desire which will fit your individual needs, no better than it did mine and my father before me. I give it to you not that you may remember time, but that you may forget it for a moment now and then, and not spend all of your breath trying to conquer it.' This has significance in Season 6 with the last 5 episodes. Remember, forget, spend, try, and conquer." Important character. Dale was the moral compass of the show, and his moral compass set the tenor for the show. While his death might have been tragic, the story of The Walking Dead is remaining human in the face of adversity and in the face of death looking you in the face every single day. His character is perhaps one of the most consequential. Number 7 is Shane. While he started out as a good guy, the best friend of the main character, and he was screwing the main character's wife, he turned out to be the ultimate antagonist in Season 2, threatening to kill Rick Grimes. Rick in the end had to choose to kill his best friend or to save the group. He chose the group and his family. It was a little disturbing to see Shane come back as a walker, but then again reiterated no one is safe in this world. Coming in at number 6 was Laurie. Yes, a lot of people were pissed off about how she died at the prison. People say she deserved it. People say she deserved to die her comic book death as depicted here. But I believe her death in Season 3 was just iconic and has set the mood for the rest of the season and for things to come. Her death was emotional. It was all about forgiveness, all about saying goodbye and letting go. It was about Carl transforming from a child into a man. Her final words, goodbye, still stick with me and many viewers to this very day. I am very glad they did not go with the Walker Laurie as depicted here in a cutscene from Season 3. Thank God they went with the tragic goodbye we got. Coming in at number 5 is Sophia Pelletier. She wasn't a very well-rounded character in the Walking Dead series, and yeah, they kind of got rid of her real quickly. But the first part of season 2 is dedicated to finding this little girl, who tragically ended up being in Hershel's farm as a walker, dead. Probably the day she got lost in the woods. The Walking Dead once again showing its viewers that nobody was safe, not even children. Coming in at number 4 is Beth Greene. While she was never the most important character in The Walking Dead, nor the most loved, she had the most beautiful voice of the cast, and she was perhaps the prettiest. But it was her death in Season 5, her shitty Season 5 story arc, that really propelled the character of Daryl Dixon. It delved deep into a man who didn't show much emotion, and it propelled him to be a more understanding and caring person for the people around him. Coming in at number 3 is Noah. Beth Greene died to save Noah and to get him out of the grasp of Don Lerner. We thought he was going to become a series regular, but nope. The horrific look on his face when he was being devoured by walkers still sticks with us till this very day. It was probably one of the most undeserved, gruesome deaths in the history of The Walking Dead. Glenn Reese sitting there witnessing the death of his friend being torn to shreds. Man, this still gives me chills every time I think about it. So gruesome, so horrific. Speaking of undeserved and horrific, number 2, Hershel Greene, the moral compass and the father figure of the group after the death of Dale. Hershel just led Rick back from the darkness, but as soon as we saw the governor put that sword to his throat in season 4, we knew he was gonzo, and that's exactly what he was. Seeing his throat slit was quite traumatic enough, but then seeing the governor take his head off fully, that was something else entirely. Something nobody saw coming. Then in the mid-season premiere of the second half of season 4, we see his walker head. Come on, his walker head? It's Hershel. Then Michonne putting him out of misery. A total sad beginning to what would be a bleak second half of season 4. Of course, the number 1 death of all time is Andrea on The Walking Dead. She is still alive in the graphic comics. She is Rick's love interest in the graphic comics. She is a badass in the graphic comics. Her storyline in season 3 with the governor, don't even get me started on that. And then her end, her demise. She's strapped to a chair and gets eaten by a guy who was her friend. In this deleted scene we see he chomps right on the same spot on her neck where her sister got chomped on in season 1. I mean, I guess it brought her character full circle, but a lot of fans are still pissed off, especially after the fact Laurie Holden came forward and said she had an 8-year contract to begin with for The Walking Dead. Andrea, we miss you. We love you. That's all. Alright everybody, so that's my list of the most suspenseful and surprising and tragic deaths so far on The Walking Dead. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please share, subscribe, like the video, sound off in the comments section if you think differently. You're also welcome to follow me on Twitter, @TimmyMims. Alright everybody, that's it for now, and as I always say, try not to kill each other. You can kill walkers, but just not each other. Peace.